Well, what do we got here? You know what it is? It's your boy Lee! I am so sorry. What up, guys? Yes, I am back in business. It is your boy, LeeZilla2013. And today, I am going to review the original Godzilla 1954 movie. And yes, I'm actually finally doing a Godzilla video on my channel, because, you know, Lee and Godzilla combined. Oh, and the 2013, it's a long story. Okay, P.S. I got a new desk. It's black and it's brand new. Yeah. Enough talking about this stuff. Let's actually get to the reason why I made this video. One, to return to YouTube, and two, so I can review the original Godzilla movie. Alright, so the first time, so when the movie first begins, it starts with a really, PPS, there's gonna be spoilers in this review, so if you guys don't wanna hear spoilers, then get out of here, sadly, because it's been a while since I came back here, so, alright, anyways, so, the introduction of the Godzilla movie was awesome. It was amazing. It just first starts off with the ocean, and it's just like, and you just hear footsteps, like I got like Jurassic Park vibes, and like it was keep on going. And then right when it showed the title of Godzilla in Japanese, Godzilla has like a mighty roar. It was like, and it was just so cool. Like I was like freaked. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. And then right when after that happens, it shows the cast of the people, like the producers, directed. Yeah, I know, right? They started with that first, kind of. But there's a lot of people. And while that's happening, you hear the original Godzilla theme. I'm pretty sure while that's happening, Godzilla's roar repeats over and over and over, and this gets me hyped so much because it's just like, holy crap. And after the intro credits, it gets even more. It gets a better hook of you getting interested into the movie. It starts off with people in the ship just roaming around, just having fun and stuff. I think they're deep sea fishers. I don't know. I only watched it one time. And and then out of nowhere, a bomb just explodes, just bam, right by them. And they just all died. And the people were just scared. All the families, all of them are just wondering who they are, which then introduces the characters, and the characters are a bit hit or miss. And then after that, you know, talking, figuring out the stuff, more explosions of the boats and stuff. And actually, it's not really that boring. Like, I always thought it was like, let me guess, this is just be like 30 or 20 minutes of boring. No, it was actually pretty intriguing. And then, you know, they just kept on talking, until when they arrive at Ono Island. It brings so much suspense. I just love it. I just love every single scene they just put it in. Because while they're walking around, they had a radiation tube, and they're sensing there's any radiation around, and they found high radiation. So they told everyone to step back. You know, like, get out of here. This is radiation. So, and then right after that, they saw a trilobite fossil. And just so you know, a trilobite fossil is a 3-lobed crustacean back in the past around I forgot where the Precambrian Cenozoic. I don't know. You guys search it up on the web. But anyways, and then they theorized. And also right by the trilobite is sand, and so they gathered up the sand, the trilobite, and then when they go back, they heard Godzilla. They heard Godzilla just stepping around and stuff. And then right after that, that happened, they're running back because they heard Godzilla, and so the one and only freaking Godzilla comes out with a big mighty roar, and it shows the cliche girl screaming like, oh no, a giant monster, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, she was screaming and stuff, and she fell, and they sit there while Godzilla is kind of like 50 or 60 feet away. Here, I'll show a photo of how far away they were. Yeah, Okay, yeah, there it is. And yeah, they just sit there. I don't know why. I don't know. But then Godzilla walks away. I don't know. It's a movie. And then they see his footprints. And also, okay, before, he's just gone. He's gone. He's just, I'm out of here like the Flash. And the only thing you just see is just the footprints in the sand. Because right after where Godzilla was, there's like a little sand thing. Oh, I'll show multiple images, I don't know. And then after that, then it just kind of goes to somewhere else and just kind of gets a bit unfocused, and which leads to this movie jumps around from time to time. Like for example, I just said right there, like it literally shows footprints, and I was like, what are they gonna do now? It just clips to something else that's not even related to it. Huh? And I'm pretty sure the scene that took further after the showing the footprints in the sand was one of the zoologists, Nihai, I think that's his last name. He was trying to theorize how did Godzilla happen, and they said that the bombs either woke him up or mutated him. What they said, and they show that the trilobites, the trilobite fossils mostly were founded around this type of sand. And guess what? The sand that came with the trilobite is the same exact sand that is attached to the trilobite when you find it. And then that's when he concludes that Godzilla, the trilobite in the sand was on Godzilla's foot. And I was like, that was really good. That was really good and clever storytelling. That was really good. It was very well paced. It was a good scene. It was a pretty dang good scene for a monster movie. It's just people talking around and jury. But yeah, it was good. It convinced us really, really well, in my opinion. And then it shows them planning around, kind of cooperating. It didn't really do that good of a job. They just kind of like, here, you do that, and we figured out how to take him down. And then they just show missiles and guns shooting down Godzilla and stuff, and he walks away, and also, then Emiko talks to Dr. Serizawa, which he then tells her a secret about his man-made invention called the Oxygen Destroyer, which destroys the oxygen and turns it into fluid. And he showed an example to Emiko by putting it into a fish tank, and then in about 10 seconds, first it showed her screaming, and what the effect was, it turned the fish into skeletons. That's pretty messed up for a movie like that. But yeah, I was so surprised. Like, are you kidding me? What? Like, this guy is like really inventive, and you can just definitely feel Dr. Serizawa's emotions in the movie. You can just relate with him. And then, of course, one of the best scenes, after all that stuff, we have Godzilla destroying the city, which is by far the best moments in the movie. The great pacing. I love him. I love them showing him collecting the train and just chewing it down like it's a chew toy. I love seeing Godzilla stomp around with honor while breathing fire all over the people. I love just seeing Godzilla all right behind a wall of flame when he's just roaring, and all the scenes were just so good with Godzilla. It's no disappointment. Here's another example. It shows Godzilla taking down a tower, and right before he takes down the tower, the people say their final words, which is actually pretty disturbing, because, they're just dead like that from a giant monster like that. Sorry about that. And then he just destroys everything. They did show how deadly this Godzilla can be. They showed all the most creative ways of showing how good he is by showing a durability from the missiles in as well. They showed the wall of flame to show how much destruction he can use. They show his immune to electricity, because they were planning to use an electric trap for Godzilla, but it did not work. So that shows how strong this thing is. They did a very well done job. I know I said this like 30 exact time, but come on, it's freaking Godzilla. I can't ignore it. And then right after that monstrosity happened, I think it just abrupts again. Yeah, they don't really do that good of a job, but it's okay. And it just shows them talking, and then Emiko finally tells his husband, which he didn't tell you, I'm sorry, the secret that Dr. Serizawa didn't want her to tell to anyone. And when he told him that, he said to Dr. Serizawa to use it on the oxygen destroyer. Use the oxygen destroyer on Godzilla. And Dr. Serizawa, when he said yes, he will, he just burned all of his notes from the oxygen destroyer. And after that, just abruptly goes to another ship, and then he puts a diving suit on, and they went down with the oxygen destroyer, and then there it is, Godzilla sitting down on the rock. And then they're walking around very, very slowly and really slowly. And then they, and then after all that slow dialogue or all that slow attention and stuff, he finally, he pulls the oxygen destroyer, and then his other partner goes up, and then surprisingly, Dr. Serizawa cuts the rope to bring him up, and then Dr. Serizawa dies with Godzilla. And before Godzilla dies, he rises up in the ocean and does a very blood-curdling cry, and then he sinks down to the ocean. And then after that, shows him a skeleton, then him disappearing. And then after that, it shows them celebrating. And finally, before the movie ends, it shows them appreciating Dr. Serizawa's work and bravery of him using the oxygen destroyer on Godzilla and showing people the truth in a very good and well way. And then it shows the waves, and then it says the end in Japanese. So, what I thought about this movie is a great movie. It is not that cliche. It is not a cliche. The monster scenes are amazing. They're literally amazing. And how well and how creative they have to get to show Godzilla to the people. The green screenery, I don't know what they used. It was really well done back in the 1950s. Actually, it aged very, very well ever since the 1950s compared to now, actually. And the costume is actually and the costume is really good. Like, I just love the costume. Yeah, you do know that it's a costume, kinda. Back then, not really, but now we just kind of see it as a costume. But we definitely ignore that by how much destruction Godzilla occurred onto. Oh crap! I forgot about this scene. This scene was so emotional. Before he was thinking on the oxygen destroyer, they showed a video. They showed a really, really depressing video that makes you feel that this is a really serious problem, like something that is like that'll happen in Japan history. Actually, no, history itself. And it shows the destruction. It shows injured people just sitting there lying down with their eyes closed. It was pretty messed up. And then it just repeats, and it shows a girl crying while in a nurse's hand, and she's like, "Where's mom? I want my mom." And it was really messed up. And then finally, it shows a bunch of schoolgirls just singing like a really, really sad song. And then Dr. Serizawa turns it off, and he promises them to use it for Godzilla. And it was another great scene, and definitely shows how impactful Godzilla was in Japan. And the suspense of Godzilla was good. I know I don't know if I said it like 2 or 3 times, but anyways. And the ending was really strong. It was a really strong ending. There's a lot of strong moments in it just for a Godzilla movie. Like, some of the Godzilla movies are like, kind of like, alright, fights monsters, boring talking, the end. This one is serious. Like, they're just like, people are dying out here. They take every single moment, they want to put a sad moment in it. And that's not a bad idea, because they want to feel the Japan emotions, which makes us feel sad and depressing. It makes us feel more anger and just frustration onto Godzilla. So yeah, Godzilla 1954, I'll give it about a 9 out of 10. It's a great movie. Sometimes the clips and the scenes, they don't mix together. Sometimes the dialogue is not that good. The acting is sometimes a hit or miss. But other than that, it's a great and amazing movie. You guys should definitely watch it. So guys, stay tuned every single week, and I'll actually might do some gameplays or something. Put some video game stuff down in the comments below. Yeah guys, see you guys later. Hope you guys see you guys next time, and I'm back. I'm back in business. I'm done from being all lazy and stuff. I am back.